Ladies and gentlemen, it is Turnbuckle Talk, episode 403, Seasons Givings. I'm going to be doing the show all by my lonesome. My name is Chris Best here. Just give me 1 second here, trying to fix this up here. All right. My name is Chris Best, and this is Turnbuckle Talk. OMD and Carl Carafel cannot be here, of course, because because it's the holidays. Sorry, just sending off a message here. So today was just one of those days for me where it's just been a kind of a lazy day, just relaxing around the house. I'll be doing the Christmas stuff on December 26th. So we're going to actually get right into the stories here, as I don't really have an opening, like monologue kind of thing here. Still learn. So StreamYard has some new controls here that I'm just learning here. So just bear with me here. So let's get right into it. It is showtime. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a loop issue there. Our first story takes us way back in time, my friends. Takes us, set for release September 30th, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually a biography I'm looking forward to, but we are getting an autobiography on the one and only, one of the greatest announcers of the 80s, Gorilla Monsoon. Irresistible Force, The Life and Times of Gorilla Monsoon will be written by Brian Solomon, will be published by ECW Press, and it's going to offer fans an intimate look at the man behind the legend. The book is going to chronicle his multifaceted life. We're going to take a look at, it's going to be taking a look at the life of Robert James Gino Morella, better known to the world, of course, as Gorilla Monsoon, from his early days as a dominant in-ring competitor, battling icons like Bruno Sammartino, to his influential role in shaping the industry and this is a story that not a lot of people know, but shaping they're going to be looking at how he shaped the industry when he was part owner of the WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, with Vince Sr. Monsoon's story is as rich as it is significant. To sell his shares, his decision to sell his shares to Vince Jr. in '82 helped set the stage for what would be the WWE's meteoric rise in the '80s. And I'm talking about when they brought in, guys like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy, the Macho Man, all the top stars from all of the various promotions and I'm forgetting territories. My bad here. It's proving his influence stretched far beyond the squared circle. Monsoon's legendary voice became a cornerstone of WWE programming in the 80s and 90s, with his witty commentary alongside Jesse Ventura, immortalizing him in wrestling history. The biography promises never-before-seen photos and exclusive interviews with his family, shedding new light on Monsoon's personal life, struggles, and triumphs. For the fans, this is more than just a book. It's an opportunity. And I agree with this statement here. It's an opportunity to celebrate the enduring legacy of Gorilla Monsoon, a man whose impact still reverberates through the wrestling industry, through the wrestling world today. And of course, it's still a daily, almost like a daily discussion, or the way a daily term that we use in wrestling, the gorilla position, named after Gorilla Monsoon. I'm looking forward to this book. I am looking forward to actually reading up about his ownership stuff with the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. I've only heard bits and pieces about this story, so I'm looking forward to actually getting like a more in-depth information as far as that ownership and any booking decisions that he would have made himself as a part owner of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. September 30th, guys, 2025. Mark it in your calendars if you want to buy this book, if you want to actually read about the old school style of wrestling. This is going to be, I'm calling it right now, it's going to be an excellent read right now. And I plan to hopefully get this book at some point as well. What do you guys in the comments out there, let me know what you think about this. I think this is actually great that this is going to happen. It is something I have said for years now, that I would love to see a Gorilla Monsoon book. Actually, if anything, when WWE moves to Netflix, I wouldn't mind seeing a collection of Gorilla Monsoon's matches being made available to watch on the I can't say the network anymore on Netflix. So it's going to be an exciting look. I cannot wait to read it. I'm wondering though, there's a few other things I'm wondering that I'm wondering if they will talk about, and I'm thinking like along the lines of like Gino Morella's son, Gorilla Monsoon's son, Joey Morella. I wonder if they're going to talk about his passing and everything. We got Hassan Terrell coming in saying, "Hi there, happy Christmas Eve." Happy Christmas Eve to you, Hassan. Glad to have you on the show here. We're talking a little bit about Gorilla Monsoon here. A biography on him coming up. I almost said autobiography, but it's not an autobiography. An autobiography would imply that he wrote the book himself, which is obviously impossible for him to do, given that he passed away in 99, I believe. But he is one of wrestling's most cherished figures, and to learn of some of his stories is going to be intriguing. And I gotta set the date, September 30th. I gotta set a pre-order on this book and get it. And speaking of getting it, we've got our next story here right now. Sports Illustrated, just give me 1 second here. Sports Illustrated has released a year-end pro wrestling awards here. Sports Illustrated unveiled its 2024 Pro Wrestling Awards, highlighting some of the most remarkable achievements and moments in professional wrestling. According to Sports Illustrated, the takedown on SI's panel of voters submitted their top 5 selections for each category, and the winners were tabulated based on total overall points. So here are the results of what we're looking at here. We're looking at our male wrestler of the year, which was handed out to Cody Rhodes. This is actually something I can agree with based on what we've seen from Cody over this past year. He has proven with his run with the World Heavyweight, the WWE title. I almost said the World Heavyweight title, but that's Gunther. But the WWE title, his run with that WWE title, while some of the matches he has had weren't exactly the best, some were, but he's carried himself as the company man for the WWE, and I think he's doing a damn good job of it. Now, this next one, too, the Women's Wrestler of the Year, they actually went to AEW on this one, and they went to Toni Storm. This was a surefire choice, in my personal opinion, given the stuff that Toni was doing over the year with the timeless gimmick. I mean, how can you not go wrong on that? There was a part of me that, and I've said this, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago with some friends off chat. I can't even remember who it was, but I always thought, imagine if you put timeless Toni Storm with Gold Dust when he was doing the movie gimmick. I think that would have been, for lack of a better term, that would have been gold. That would have been gold. Their breakout star of the year, we're going back to the WWE on this one, and they have given that award to Jacob Fatu. And I tend to agree with that to a degree. Jacob Fatu has exploded on the scene this past year. We've got my co-host who's going to be joining the show here just a few seconds. Let me know if you're ready there, Baba. That's right. We've got Baba Duke joining the house here.
Sorry, I'm late, man. Christmas dinner, you know how it goes.
Yeah, as long as your belly is full. We're talking right now. Sports Illustrated gave out their year-end awards for the top for wrestlers, which I didn't even know they had an awards thing for that.
Must be new.
Yeah, that's what I said, because I don't remember seeing this at all last year.
No, and I bought last year's edition and I didn't see it, so I'm going with it's new.
Yeah.
Who made the list?
Okay, so I just got finished talking about our men's wrestler of the year.
Okay.
Which is a fairly obvious one. Cody Rhodes got it.
I was going to say probably Cody. Okay.
Yeah, because he was, I mean, he didn't have some of the best matches this year, but he was a total company man. And that's just, my personal thought on him. Not the best matches, total company man, carries the title with dignity, And,
holy cow, my phone, everything's catching up here. So my opinion is not far off from yours. He does carry that title with the prestige, the respect, and the honor that it deserves, which
yes,
I wouldn't expect any less from a Rhodes to begin with. Let's be honest.
Right.
Did he have great matches?
There's a yes and no on that one,
I mean, depending on who he was taking on. Okay, so let's start with one.
His first defense. When he won the title for Roman.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that first.
Yeah.
Great match. Was it predictable? To a degree, we figured it was time because Roman was kind of getting burnt and tired and needed a minute.
Yeah.
His first title defense was who again now?
AJ Styles.
Yes, Backlash. AJ Styles. That to me seemed very rushed, very forced, very last minute. To me.
But the execution of the match itself was fantastic.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm not going to take anything away from it because when it comes to any match with AJ Styles, you're going to get 110 billion% from that man, regardless of how he feels. Same with Cody Rhodes.
Right.
And like you said, yes, he is very much made peace with Triple H, which is very obvious because you see them talking and joking and making fun of the stuff that he did when he was in and starting AEW.
Yeah,
which is good. I mean, it's good that they can move past the little beef that they had and be businessmen, which Cody Rhodes has always been, and Triple H is a businessman.
Well, yeah,
right? It's what's best for the business.
Yeah, like for instance, when Cody did the whole smashing Hunter's throne thing on AEW.
Yes, I see.
He like Hunter asked him about that. He's like, dude, I was just doing the gimmick. That's all.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's just something to get people's attention. And trust me, Cody Rhodes in AEW did that. He got your attention. He made you stop and think, oh, maybe this product's a little better, which for a while, it was.
Yeah, and
AEW
then
was better than WWE, but then things happened and Cody just
there was
didn't
a
like what was going on and he left.
there was a lot of disagreements, but there. But yeah,
But still,
I
he
mean,
deserves that. I mean, congratulations,
yeah,
Cody. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
yeah. So it's all good. Our women wrestler of the year, they actually went to AEW on this one,
Oh, did they really?
and yeah. And
Ooh.
I really agree with this one because she actually brought eyes to the women's division, and has since she lost the title, the eyes got taken off the women's division, and I'm talking about Toni Storm.
I was just gonna say, please tell me it was Toni Storm. This
Yeah.
woman was so missed in WWE, and then she went
Hmm.
here and got a little bit of freedom with her character.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was just remarking before you came in because she was
Yes.
doing the whole timeless Tony Storm gimmick, the whole 1940s film starlet gimmick.
Yeah, that was
I was
she
just
was
saying,
incredible. Go
yeah,
ahead.
she was awesome in the role.
Yeah.
But I was just saying to the audience, like, imagine if we had her with Goldust when Goldust was doing the movie gimmick as well. That would have been awesome.
Whoa, dude, you just gave me goosebumps. Whoa, could you with all
That
that
would have been
gold
awesome
dust
to see
coming
that.
down and
Yeah.
that music and the like cinematic entrance that he had. Oh my god, dude. And her looking
Right?
as beautiful as she did in that 40s, 20s, whatever. Oh, dude.
Yeah. That's not to say that she's not beautiful now because she's back to
No.
her rocker gimmick that I call it a rocker gimmick. I'm not really sure what you would call it, but
Yeah, I'm yeah, rocker gimme. She's wearing the leather and all that stuff again. So yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean that's
I'm
good.
curious to see what they do with her current gimmick, and I'm proud that she got the Women's Wrestler of the Year because let's face it, she took what was essentially a division that nobody cared about and
Yeah.
made people care about it until she lost the belt. You know?
She definitely, like I like to say, elevated that division. Not saying that the
Mhm.
women there don't have that kind of ability. I just feel
Right?
like
Because
they're just held back.
yeah, there's not enough focus on that division, and they are working hard. I will give them that. They do work
Oh
hard
yeah.
for whatever matches that they're told to do.
Yes.
But yeah, let's move on from Tony Storm to the breakout star of the year.
Ooh, we got
This one
okay.
kind
They
of
did that.
surprised me because yeah, this one kind of surprised me a little bit, but at the same time, I'm happy about it. Jacob Fatu got it.
As a breakout star?
Yeah, so basically, I'm gonna guess it's their rookie of the year, and this would be Jacob's first year in the WWE, so he is kind of a rookie. But I feel like there's more to be broken out of for Jacob Fatu. I feel like Solo actually was the breakout star
Well,
this year.
yeah, like I mean, okay, so if we're going rookie of the year, whoever started in a new company, I wish we knew the guidelines that they had for how they decided this stuff.
Mhm.
Because then I could
But
really give an opinion, right? Like
yeah, but not gonna lie, Jacob's had a fantastic year in the WWE so far. So
and I'm not taking that away from him. I am not. By no
yeah,
means, because he has jumped into what I would consider one of the most biggest and most serious storylines in professional wrestling right now. Because
yeah.
you could talk to TNA fans, you could talk to fans of AEW, you could talk to fans from New Japan, and everybody knows about the bloodline story. Okay,
I
so
have
I mean,
I have family members who aren't even wrestling fans who are asking me about the bloodline story.
right? My mother is not a wrestling fan anymore. Like she likes that like old school 80s, you know. Uh
Then she will appreciate the first story I talked about today, actually.
Probably. Um but she's even asking, what's this bloodline thing? What's that about? So I explained to
Mhm.
her that whole storyline, and she's interested in watching the pay-per-view that's coming out, or not the pay-per-view, the Raw with the tribal chief battle that they're having. Like she's
Yeah.
into it. Okay, so I'm not taking back to the Jacob Fatu. I'm not going to take nothing from him, but I don't think he did enough to get like he would be my close second, like super close second. But yeah, I'm more towards
Again,
Solo,
Solo.
because he just literally took what was left to him in
What was left of the
shambles
bloodline? Yeah, what was left of the bloodline after Cody took the belt?
and rebuilt it. Yes, in his own image, with his own style, his own heavy hitters from the Samoan
Mhm.
dynasty as we know it. But yeah, I would give it to Solo in a heartbeat, dude. And then Fatu's like right there, and then the Gorillas of Destiny right behind that, because they all stepped into a broken shamble of
Yeah,
a bloodline.
but here's the thing, though, too, with when it comes to Jacob Fatu, his debut is one of those. I remember where I was when that happened.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. The dude, you can't take it from him. Like I can't say no. Too bad.
Yeah,
You're not even on my list. Like because yeah, the debut of this gentleman and every little thing he's done for the bloodline afterward has been epic. I'm not going to take it from him. He's there, but he's not there. You know what I mean? Like he's there, and if the signal is given, he's all over you. But not unless he's told to do that, to do this. You know what I mean? Like
right.
again, that's why it brings it back to Solo for me, because he's the dog making the calls.
Yeah.
And this bloodline don't do nothing without his approval.
All right. Yeah. So let's move
Right?
on from this.
Yep.
We've got the match of the year, which is a match I haven't seen, and I'm not sure if I've been told to watch this match. I just haven't found the time. But Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay from AEW. I think this was All In. I was told that this was a
Yes.
fantastic match for a Will Ospreay match because I'm not too big a fan on Will Ospreay's work.
Yeah, I've seen it. I watched it
Mhm.
on YouTube. Somebody had
Mhm.
put it on there. For Will Ospreay to put on this kind of show, incredible.
And the
He
reason
actually,
I'm saying
yeah, go ahead.
I'm not a big fan on Will Ospreay is the fact that he does a lot of like moves that don't necessarily tell the story of the match. And I think that's depending on who he's up against. And being that he was up against Bryan Danielson, who is a storyteller in the ring.
Big time.
So I'm
Again,
thinking that's probably why this got match of the year.
yeah. Brian had a lot to do with it. I'll be honest, he had
Mm-hmm.
a lot to do with it. He and you and I can pick it apart because we've wrestled, we've been in the ring, we can see certain things. He
Mm-hmm.
carried the match. Yes, Osprey was good, but Daniels carried the match.
Yeah.
Like, you and I could tell that. It was a good match. Good for them
Mhm.
for getting match of the year. Way to go to take it from WWE.
Yeah,
Because I
because
can name a
there was
few in WWE that would be better.
yeah, and one of them happened at in my personal opinion, one of them did happen at the show of the year, WrestleMania 40. Got it. Bell to bell from the first match on the first night to the last match on the second night. This show had me going for the whole 8 hours total.
Right. Right. I
Like
remember
literally, I
watching it.
remember, yeah, I remember coming out of that first night, and I'm like, I can't remember who was on the PLE patrol with me that night, but I know OMD I believe was with me. You
I
were
think
there
I was.
too, and
Yeah, I think I was.
I'm like, I can't wait for night two. I need night two happening right now.
So my perspective on that one was uh, my view of your reaction. Okay. Mr.
Yeah.
Best is not the type of guy to be literally lost for words. for about 2 minutes, he literally sat there and went, um, yeah. And I was like,
Holy,
you want more than that. You want more, don't you? He's like, yeah. You were so,
And
yeah. Go ahead.
I remember going into that the second night actually, and I had said, and I knew I had upset you on this one because the opening match on night 2 was Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins for the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
And I said neither of them are walking out. Damian Priest is cashing in.
And I called bull on you.
Everybody was like, yeah, everybody was like, it's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Drew gets the win. You were so excited. And we see, I'm like, just wait, Bubba, because we had CM Punk on commentary and they were building their feud.
Yeah.
And we had Drew just sitting there teasing him, and Punk's just like, good, congratulations, you won the title,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, he was being very
And then
sportsmanlike.
suddenly,
It was great.
yeah, and then suddenly Damien's music hits, and I'm like, told you.
I think my exact words were, damn it, Chris, why do you have to be right?
Yeah. But all in all, this actually has been a show. I've gone back and watched both nights of WrestleMania 40 a few times over the year. And it's definitely probably going to be one of my first shows I watch when WWE moves to Netflix.
Right? You and me both, bro. So my question to you then is, because I've rewatched it, do you still get those feelings of the same feelings you had that night watching it for the first time? Like,
Oh yeah, when Cody won the title, and you hear Samantha Irvin like through tears announcing his name, and then I think back to like our personal reactions, like seeing OMD was welling up, you were welling up a little bit, you know.
What killed me, not him winning the title, him handing the title to his mother, saying, "Mom, I did it for Dad." Like I could read lips, and I told you guys that night he just thanked his mom, and that was for Dad.
Yeah,
that killed me because, yeah,
it was just such an epic show, and it did what we thought was going to happen, and we thought it brought an end to the storyline of the year, which was handed to the Bloodline saga. Got it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and a lot of fans have been complaining about, oh, the storyline's going on way too long. These are the same fans that I'm like, as soon as like War Games, for instance, when War Games happened, they were like, oh, I cannot wait to see Bloodline versus Bloodline. I'm like, that's why. That's why
and
the
you're
Bloodline
getting it
saga
and you're complaining.
got it. Yeah.
See,
this
yeah, go ahead.
This Bloodline story, maybe it's going to come to an end on January 6th. I'm doubting it because I feel like we're still going to go to Roman and Rock, but I need this to continue on. Maybe you ended at WrestleMania 41, but I'm glad that this storyline got story of the year, because I mean, this literally, as we have said, has had fans from outside of wrestling asking us about it.
Yeah. See, now I see it being played out as Roman's going to win this match coming up. Okay. Is that going to end solo? No, because that's how The Rock gets in and says, listen, I'm the final boss. He doesn't mean nothing. He takes orders from me. And that's where they settle it at WrestleMania. The final boss taking on the tribal chief, winner takes all kind of thing, right? Yeah. I don't know how it's going to end, whether The Rock's going to win or Roman's is going to win, or I don't care. Because at this point, take my money. I want to buy t-shirts, hats, toques, pants, like everything for the Bloodline right now, because like it's just gold right now.
Dude, last night when we were watching Raw, when Sami Zayn was talking in the locker room, all I could think about while listening to Sammy and Jay talk was, I want that Sammy Uso shirt.
Right? How could you not? Like even the Yeet shirt, I want one. And the original tribal chief, the OTC, that Roman wears. I want one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Jacob Fatu's gear. I want to buy his because the dude. It doesn't matter what part of the bloodline you're on right now. People either hate you, love you, or are undecided, and just are like, it's a storyline. It's cool. But
And
I want all their gear because it's bloodline. It's yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I get excited about it.
Speaking of the bloodline, we've got also the rivalry of the year. And I'm saying speaking of the bloodline because of one half of this rivalry's current involvement with the bloodline. The rivalry of the year went to Drew McIntyre and CM Punk.
It's my boy.
This was, oh my, there were some moments that we thought, like, because I remember us talking about it on the Raw Patrol. There were moments in the storyline that we thought were stupid, like the whole bracelet thing. But
again,
they brought the emotion. Punk and Drew brought the emotion.
That's it. That's exactly what it was. But it was to draw you in because that was something special for CM Punk. That was his wife and his dog. Like, you don't mess with that stuff in any way, shape, or form. You did it just
and come the close of that feud, the Hell in a Cell match. Perfect way to end it because Hell in a Cell obviously is the match you want to do, or a cage match of some sort to end off a rivalry.
Yeah.
By the time that Hell in a Cell match rolled around, we couldn't wait to see Drew get his ass kicked. And that's what they were trying to tell, you know?
You know what, though? And you know this. Everybody knows this. I'm a Drew McIntyre guy through and through.
Yeah.
Love the guy. I was even at the point where I was like, Drew, you crossed the line, bro, by taking that bracelet because that's his wife and his dog. Dude, you deserve to get your butt kicked.
And he did.
I was pitching for him to get his butt kicked, and I'm a Drew McIntyre guy. So that's going to tell you something. That was a great story.
Yeah. The heel turn of the year. This is an obvious one, Bubba. Can you guess who it is? It happened recently.
Heel turn. Oh, yeah, the New Day.
Yep. They
Xavier
got the
Woods
heel turn of the year.
They got. Wow.
Yeah, they did. That was, well, I mean, like, here we are almost 3 weeks later still talking about that segment, right? And it's going to be something
because 2
like,
weeks okay, sorry, my brain's trying to comprehend.
And it's literally going to be something that, like, we're going to talk about that segment for years to come because that segment was just fire. It was gold.
Well, you got to think.
And
10 years.
And yeah.
10 years of watching these guys just rock wrestling, having fun, doing pretty well whatever they wanted. For them to turn on the most loved guy within that faction, because everybody loves Big E. Who doesn't love Big E? Like,
I honestly have loved him since his days in NXT when he was doing the King Kong Bundy 5-count gimmick.
Yeah.
When he turned heel and joined, and when he turned heel and joined forces with Dolph Ziggler, I still loved Big E then.
Right.
It was a weird pairing, but it worked for him.
And this is the thing, Big E is kind of a silly looking dude. You think he's just a big giant teddy bear, right? Like, he has this look on his face all the time, like he loves everything and he loves you, and then for him to turn heel and join Dolph Ziggler, I was like, I don't believe you.
When you said he's a big teddy bear, and I'm like, it came across when, I'm gonna say right now, when he used to do up, down, down, because to probably keep kayfabe, he's probably not going to be doing up, down, down in the near future. But no, this heel turn, I didn't think at first it would work with Kofi turning heel because Kofi is a natural baby face.
Yes.
Xavier, I've seen him as a heel, so I know he can do it, you know?
Right. Well, you had Consequences Creed for a while. Loved that
he worked
character.
as a heel in that gimmick.
Loved that character. That was epic. Yep. But Kofi, I'm like, I don't know about Kofi, but I find him taking a lot of pointers and lead from Xavier.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's working and it's working well for him. Like he is just
Yeah.
he's taking everything and just molding it into what he wants for his own heel character.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see more of this, and um,
Yep.
yeah, congratulations to you guys. I mean, they deserve that. That was the biggest, the best heel turn of the year. But right now, let's talk about best on promo, which actually surprises me that this year it is not CM Punk or Seth Rollins or Cody
Thank
or
God.
any of the
Thank
guys who
God.
usually give off good promos.
Thank God.
Drew McIntyre got it. And Drew's actually Drew McIntyre. Well, if you, I mean, like I know you've been listening lately. He's actually been really good on the promos lately. That promo with Sami Zayn last night, wow, you know.
They literally stop. You could hear a pin drop in that place when these two
Yeah,
guys were going on. And it's not because people weren't interested. It's because your attention was literally, what are they going to say next? What's coming out of it? Where's this going? So good job, Drew. I'm glad you are up there.
I was gonna say like because he hasn't always been exactly the best on the microphone. Something tells me that during that feud with Punk, he took some tips and you know from Punk because Punk is a master at the promo. You know.
Here's my question. How could you not want to pick that man's brain apart? Because his promo skills are next to none. I can name a couple people that are better than him, but
Mhm.
unfortunately they're not with us anymore. So who's the next best person? CM Punk, Triple
Yep.
H, Shawn Michaels. You got. Those are the people I would talk to. And if you're in a feud with the guy,
And
why not?
And despite like his many failures at trying to gain back the title or and keep the title, I'm
Retain the
still
damn thing.
engaged. I'm still engaged with Drew. I'm still interested. I still want to see him going after the title with what he's been doing.
And that's the
But
point.
yeah. And now let's move on to the last award, Tag Team of the Year. They actually went to NXT for this one. Nathan
Whoa!
Frazier and Axiom got it.
How long have they had those titles?
Well over almost a year now. They dropped it a couple of times, but would win it back. But they've had a hell of a year as a tag team. There was
I
even the tease of them breaking up and then them getting back together and then them putting on on hellacious matches. I mean, Deadline alone, Nathan Frazier stole that entire night, in my personal opinion.
Oh really?
Yep.
I have some research to do, I think.
Yeah, you well, you need to do what I'm doing right now. I got NXT on my TV, so
Yeah, I don't have. Just wait till it gets on Netflix, and I'll be watching it a lot more. That's kind of
yeah.
my issue. I don't have the
Um
ability to just watch it.
yeah. But no, well deserved to everybody who got all these awards. I mean, I agree with the majority of these awards. Still a little questionable about the Jacob Fatu, but I'm going to
I
look
mean,
into. I'm probably going to go back and watch a little bit more Jacob Fatu over 2024 to get a better understanding for why they went with him.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of like I said. He's there, and he's not noticeable unless he's being told to. You know, you don't notice him. So
Hmm.
he had to have done something big. So again, maybe just being part of the storyline that he's in. Who
Yeah,
knows? I mean, the kid's got talent. I'm not taking that from him. Please don't think I am.
I mean, like the stuff he did in MLW, like, and I remember telling some people who hadn't heard of him. It might have been OMD that I was actually telling this to, and yourself as well. I'm like,
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
guys were like, "Who is this Jacob?" Or no, OMD did know who Jacob Fatu was.
yeah. It
Actually,
was me.
it was you.
Yep.
So I remember you were like, "Who is this Jacob Fatu? Why is he so important?" I'm like, just go back and watch some
Yeah,
MLW, and you'll see why.
and that's what I did. And then I was like, I'm
Mhm.
sold on Jacob Fatu being part of this storyline now.
Yeah.
Again, the Samoa, and I've always had this in like right here. Anybody that's Samoan, I find because it's in their blood to be warriors, right? The Samoans were warriors. They defended their island. They did whatever they had to do to keep people out. It's in their blood to be competitive, to be the best at what they do. And I find that anyone that's involved in this storyline, that's what they're pushing them to do. Like Sami Zayn was kind of Sammy, whatever, and now he's part of the bloodline thing. I'm interested. It just they make people step up their game that much, a little bit more when they are involved with them. So, way to go, guys!
Yeah,
everybody, congratulations on your awards. Super proud of you. Continue it, and hopefully you win again next year.
Yeah, and moving on from again, congratulations to everyone. Moving on from that, we've got a signing that I didn't think was going to happen, but it did, and that's Dustin Runnels, Gold Dust, has signed a multi-year contract with AEW. It's not specified on how long the term is. All he wrote on his Twitter was, "Today I have signed a new multi-year contract with AEW. I want to thank my boss, Tony Khan, for every opportunity he has given me since coming here and being an original since inception," because he did come when Cody signed up. I have truly had the time of my life. Everybody knows my story and how much I have been through in all my years, lost my passion and found it again here in AEW at the first Double or Nothing. That was the match with Cody Rhodes that they had.
Yes, it was.
Did not expect this one last ride to last as long as it has. Yeah, because there was rumors that at the end of Dustin's current contract, he was planning to hang it up, but he's still got more gas. So I will finish. He continues on by saying, "I'll finish my career at AEW as I feel it is home to me. I have never felt respected and wanted like I have here. This makes me want to do my very best for Tony and push myself harder than I ever have. I feel loved and wanted here. I love all of our roster deeply." So he continues to go on and thank everybody,
typical.
Good on him. Yeah, typical, like, thank you for, keeping me around kind of thing. Things I've done several times. I've thanked promoters for giving me opportunities and whatnot. But yeah, no, I'm glad that Dustin signed this deal. I'm happy that he still has a home in AEW. I sort of would like for him to be taking on a more backstage role, because he's, again, a mind in this business that you want to pick if you want to have good matches,
Yeah.
Because Dustin has had his fair share of good matches.
Right. It didn't surprise me that he announced this and that he did it. It doesn't. Again, because he states the respect, the love, the appreciation, and the list goes on. When you feel that good going to work every day, you're not going to step away from that, especially when not only does wrestling run through your veins, but it's what your heart wants. Trust me, if he didn't want to wrestle, he wouldn't wrestle. Like, he wouldn't. He that's how he is. And he's doing a lot of coaching. He has his gym. He's full tilt right now, and he's loving every minute of it. So good for you, bro. You keep it up. Keep wrestling. Because he puts on banger matches even now. Like, he can go. So why not?
And I know he does this. It's the DDP yoga, man.
Yeah, 100%. He even says, I couldn't do what I do without that.
Yep.
So DDP,
100% congratulations.
Things. Yes.
Yeah. I wish nothing but the best of luck on Dustin on this next run with his contract. There is a part of me that would like to see him right off into the sunset after this term.
Right.
But we'll see where it is. And again, there's no announcement on how long the contract is. Maybe that contract could even lead to him, doing a backstage job afterwards when he decides he wants to hang it up,
Right. We don't know the details. He could literally say in 2 months. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to fulfill my contract backstage.
Yeah.
And we never see him wrestle again. We don't see him on TV again. I mean, we don't know the details. We never will. And it's none of our business because that's between him and his boss.
Yeah.
I appreciate that he's doing what he does with the
Yep.
passion that he still has. And I'm going to love every minute of it as a fan.
I like that you brought up passion because, again, like the Rhodes family has it's nothing but passion with those guys. But I'm reminded of a story that I encountered when I first started training. Diego was my trainer, by the way.
Yes. Mine too.
So the first lesson, and I'm pretty sure you might remember the first lesson he gave out. He's standing in the middle of the ring. He has us surrounding the ring, and he goes, why do you want to do this? And he pointed out every wrestler or every trainer or every trainee, and they're like, for the love of it, because I grew up watching it, the standard answers. And I'm like, those aren't the answers he's looking for. And I could tell by the look in his eyes, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes to me, he's like, Best, why do you want to do this? I'm like, because I have passion for this business.
Yeah.
And then he does the finger point. He's like, that right there is the right answer.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
If you don't have
but
passion,
moving on,
why do it? Sorry.
Yeah. But needless to say, only 2 of those people managed to succeed in the wrestling business. That's myself, that were in that class, because I was in the class with Matt Powers. Matt Powers actually is doing better stuff than I am right now in the ring, but you know. But moving on, wrestling is not leaving Sportsnet.
Yeah, I heard about this. Is it real? Like,
John,
this
is real. TNA Wrestling is coming to Sportsnet 360.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought that was just BS.
No, it's been officially, it's legit. January 2nd will be the first episode of TNA Impact Wrestling.
I almost said some bad words.
This makes me so excited because literally I was thinking about pulling the trigger on subscribing to Fight Network. And I'm not knocking Fight Network because they actually do have a lot of interesting programming on that channel.
Yes.
But
thank you.
I don't want to pay $15. Yeah, I don't want to put down $15 for a channel that I can get for $2 so I can watch wrestling.
Dude, I'm so excited. I just want to do Macho Man right now.
You can do Jay Lethal. He also did Macho Man.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
because that makes it so much easier for guys like you and I to get that programming, because I've been dying to watch TNA because Jordan Grace is over there and Alexander's over there, and like there's a bunch of wrestlers that I love to watch. But I can't because I'm not
2 wrestlers that you mentioned 2 wrestlers who may not be there for long because Josh is leaving in February, and I can't remember when Jordan's contract comes to an end, but it does come to an end soon.
I thought it was right after his, I thought, or right before his. They're
remember
right there. They're both very close.
But this is actually reported by, and I can vouch for this, but this is actually reported to one of my favorite Canadian news reporters, John Pollock of Post Wrestling. I'm giving him a shout out. He's very legit with his stories. So TNA Wrestling and Sportsnet. Yeah,
go ahead.
TNA Wrestling and Sportsnet in Canada have reached a distribution deal. This will see TNA launch on Sportsnet 360 with the January 2nd episode of Impact. Pollock also writes that the deal is set to be a multi-year agreement, which will include TNA Explosion, a show called TNA 360, and content from TNA's library. The report notes that Sportsnet has been marketing the programming on their schedule. Bodyslam.net also pointed out that TNA can be seen on their schedule. TNA has been airing on the Fight Network and Game TV previously. I do catch it on Game TV every once in a while. This deal does not affect TNA's distribution in the US, which why would it? Because it's on Access TV there, so it doesn't make any
Yeah, no,
difference.
it's strictly for Canada, correct?
Yeah. But just
Okay.
reading that it said content from TNA's library,
Right?
I might have to keep my Sportsnet Plus subscription for this.
You and I need to talk about that after. But did you
Yeah.
know that on Pluto TV they have old school
A TNA
TNA
channel.
on there? Yeah, they have a whole channel that plays
Yeah.
all old school stuff. So if you
Oh no.
want
Oh, I know.
TNA old wrestling, anybody that's listening,
Yeah.
Pluto has it.
Yeah,
But they're coming to this. Go, that's great. I almost Roscoe'd right there and drooled on myself. I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm happy that I was telling Chris Parrish this the other night when I found out this news that I said I'm happy that wrestling isn't leaving Sportsnet. I'm happy about that. I'm happy
Right.
that TNA is getting a more wider audience than what the Fight Network can give as far as Sportsnet 360 goes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude! Like, talk about a break for TNA. Like, let's just talk about that for a minute. How big a break is that for TNA wrestling?
It kind of feels like when the WWE left, when they left Spike TV,
Yes.
and then suddenly Spike TV got TNA.
Boom, TNA was right there on the doorstep to say, listen, we could fill that time that WWE had. Give us an opportunity. And I feel that's what's going on now.
Yeah.
We're just like,
And
give us the opportunity.
Happy. Again, I'm jacked about this still because like now wrestling has become even more widely available for me, at least here in Canada, because now we'll have WWE on Netflix. We've got Sportsnet with TNA now and AEW on TSN. So I kind of like that we're getting all three promotions in one in a much easier way to access, you know?
Where, if I was to say, hey, listen, I want to watch AEW, where do I get that programming? Because I have no idea anymore.
It usually airs on TSN too.
TSN too, which I don't get.
Yeah.
So
I have all 5 TSNs. So
yeah, you got the cable package thing, so I don't. But regardless, holy bananas. TNA pulled the trigger and have a TV contract in Canada, and I don't have to pay stupid amounts of money to watch TNA wrestling now.
Yeah, and like I said, I might just keep my subscription to Sportsnet if they're going to offer me the old school TNA library with it, because this actually goes more into a show idea that OMD and I have been discussing. We're just going to leave it at that because right now,
yeah,
we have to go into
please
our Showstopper segment. Give me just 2 seconds here. There it is.
On his feet. Oh my God in heaven!
Oh, I remember that match.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I had it looping in my ear, and it's actually funny that it's the Shawn Michaels super kicking Shelton Benjamin, for those who are listening. The funny thing is, I was wondering if there had ever been another spot like that. I tuned in on YouTube to find a match between Ray and Shawn where they did the same spot.
That's too funny.
Yeah. But right now, the Showstopper segment I'm going with here is Netflix actually released a Q&A as far as the what's going to come for the WWE on January 6th. So I felt like we should cover it here for anybody else. And the one thing that I want to cover is the one question we've had as far as being the Raw Patrol goes.
Right.
So, and this is something I said was going to happen.
Okay.
The question they're asking is how soon after live airing will episodes be available on Netflix? Netflix answers Episodes will be available. Sure.
Do they mean, okay, they're going to show it live, right? And then they're just putting it into like a file kind of thing on that says, okay, this is Raw January, whatever, 6th, 2025, right? Is what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we can watch it live and then, I missed the spot, and then I could go back and watch it again?
No, because that's well, I'm assuming you can rewind live Netflix anyways. But no, we were wondering, of course, because with Raw, with the idea of Raw, say, airing in the UK and airing live at 8 o'clock their time, which would be like 3 p.m. our time. Okay. We were wondering, as far as the Raw Patrol, what does that mean for our Mondays? And here's the answer to that.
Okay.
How soon after live airing will episodes be available on Netflix? And Netflix answers, episodes will be available to watch immediately after the live stream. So if we've got a pay-per-view in Australia, we'll say,
okay,
Australian pay-per-views air at like 5 a.m. There's no way I'm doing a PLE Patrol at 5 a.m.
No.
So if we wanted to do a PLE Patrol, we can do it at like 7 p.m. our time, get our live reactions a little later than everybody else. We can do a Raw Patrol, and it'll be basically a taped Raw if they're in the UK for us to do. Live episodes will be available immediately to watch. So it's not going to be like how the network is, right? Because if you remember on the network, if you got an episode of Raw, if you were watching Raw live on Sportsnet, you had to wait a month for it to go to Netflix, or I mean to the network. If watching live isn't supported on your device, these events are available for a few days later for you to watch, unlike other for you to watch anytime like other titles. So yeah, we're gonna get our shows immediately, and I like that. If I've missed an episode of Raw, I want to be able to like, if I'm out and I missed an episode of Raw, we'll say I want to be able to come home and watch that episode right away. You know?
Yes, you don't feel like you're out of the loop.
Yeah.
Smart idea by Netflix. Like, that's called stepping up for that product. Big time.
You know what else is? You want to know what else is stepping up? And this is the one that I'm going to love the most. Another question they ask is, can WWE content be downloaded for offline viewing on Netflix? Their answer, WWE programming can be downloaded roughly 48 hours after it streams on Netflix. So if you miss that episode of Raw, but you know you've got to work or something like that, you got to wait the 2 days to download it, but it will be there for you to download and watch.
Here's my thought on that. Okay. And that's any WWE event that gets played is going to be downloadable.
Yeah. So like Royal Rumble, right? If we we're going to use that. That's going to be the first PLE to air on Netflix. If you miss Saturday, you can watch it right away on Netflix. But again, if you're out on the road or something like that, you got to wait till Monday to get it.
Which isn't that big a deal. Really?
Right.
That's impressive. You can rewatch it as long as you have internet right away. But if you need to download it, you got to wait 2 days. Just so that they get the proper things on there to download. Dude, that's nothing. That's better than having to wait a month.
And the reason why I say this works for me, guys, is because in the coming months, especially with my knee stuff, I can guarantee you there's probably going to be several hospital visits that I'm going to need to do for it. Having that ability to download and watch some WWE shows while I'm waiting in that waiting room or whatever, that's going to be beneficial for me. That's going to be very beneficial for me.
Here's the other thing too. Not only is that beneficial, just period, but because sitting in somewhere like that or sitting somewhere where you're feeling a little stressed out, what a better way to help your mental health than just to look at your phone, put an earbud in and watch a program that's going to take you emotionally somewhere else for that little bit until someone comes over and says, hey, can you come in now?
And
Brilliant.
here's the
Still, go ahead.
yeah, here's the beauty of that, because I used to download movies and shows off Netflix all the time. It doesn't affect your data. It doesn't affect your data, so you're good.
Okay, so you download it at home and go out, or you download it at any place?
Oh, well, actually, the last time I downloaded a movie, I was actually at St. Vincent Paul downtown, waiting to get food bank service. So I'm like, I was there for like 2-3 hours almost. So I'm like, download the Truman Show and watch that. And but yeah,
Good.
that actually took up my data, but I've also got like almost unlimited data. So
It's still not the point. The point is that
yeah,
that's one beneficial thing about Netflix is if you need to, you could download it, and then it doesn't affect your data once you've got it downloaded and you start watching it. So
yeah, like
again,
literally on those days where I know that I'm going to be on the bus all day, and trust me, I've done this already. I did it on Sunday for the football game.
yep.
I'm if I know that I'm going to be on a riding around the city on the bus for a couple of hours, I'm going to download a WWE pay-per-view to watch.
Right. Just something to help pass the time.
Yeah. So here's the other thing too that I'm going to give everybody a heads up on. It says the question is what WWE archival content will be available on service. It says
This
in
was the
January
big thing.
2025, Netflix will begin to roll out select WWE archival content on service. WWE Raw archival content will be available for viewing in the US. This is coming from a US website, so with additional archival content available in the countries listed above, which would be Canada, all the other countries, because this is I'm reading this off 411 Mania, but this is they got all this from the official Netflix website, which I can't get into unless I get my account. So
Yeah, which I've had notifications come in on mine about WWE, and yeah, this is accurate to what I've read.
and of course they list all of the countries for where Raw and the archival content is going to be. Here's the other thing. This is something that OMD and I have thought about.
Okay.
So it says, can I watch WWE on my Netflix plan, or is it an additional cost? It says here, all live events on Netflix are included in all plans, including select WWE programming, depending on your region. So that says that basically everyone is going to be there.
Okay. So no additional charges. It's already incorporated into what we're paying for.
Right.
See, this is...
And we've got...
Yes. Hi, Parrish.
Yeah, we got Chris Parrish coming in and saying, hello there, Mr. Parrish. Sorry, you were saying?
So this is one thing that I'm loving about this whole thing. Okay. I'll be honest, I was expecting to have to pay like an extra $3-4, maximum $5 for all this.
And I still would have paid that, you know?
Dude, I would have been like, take my money. It's worth it either way, because I don't want to get cable. It's not worth it for me. I don't want to do this and go get Fight Network, and I don't want to, you know what I mean? So the fact that I don't have to pay extra money to get WWE product on an already streaming service that I already have. I mean, I would have, don't get me wrong. But now knowing that I don't have to, I just want to be shamelessly promote Netflix right now. Like, put a big screen up and go, Netflix, get it now. You know what I mean?
I already know that I'm paying for the top tier, because I'm paying for the no ad service. So when I get
That's what I have. I paid 18 and change, almost $20, we'll say, okay? Just round it up.
Yeah.
$20 is what I pay for my Netflix to watch on 2 TVs, no commercials. It's worth it. What's $20? You know what I mean? So I don't get a couple cups of coffee every now and then, or I don't go out and buy hockey cards that I don't really need. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's $20 to get not only movies, not only TV shows, but WWE product. Go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just like me. Like I've quit smoking. That $20 that I used to get my cartons of cigarettes over at the reserve.
Yep.
It's going to go to Netflix now.
And congratulations to you, because I know personally, not smoking is a hard thing. So congratulations, dude, for that. Number one.
I'm approaching 1 year since I quit.
Dude, way to go, bro. It's
Thank
listen,
you.
almost 20 years myself, not drinking, not smoking, not doing drugs, not okay. I struggle every single day. So to make it a year, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Pat yourself on the back
note,
for me.
I'll do the Barry Horowitz here.
Thank you.
But on that note, I think it's time that we before we hand out our socials, why don't we showcase everything that we've got going on with the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program?
Please do, man. I appreciate that.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we get a variety stream with the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Wow. That is a lot of product to be watching, people. Holy smokes. But listen, everything you see there is 110% authentic people giving you just fun times, especially Wednesday and Saturdays when you do your gaming shows, dude. I thoroughly enjoy that. I'm not a PlayStation guy, but you're making me a PlayStation guy. Really?
Well, the other night you were like looking into the cost of a PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 5, actually, dude. I'm looking into getting, to be honest, just to play that samurai game that you had. Literally.
Oh,
so
I was going to say which one, because I showcased both of them, but I forgot you were on an upcoming episode. January 1st, going to spoil it for everyone, but we do showcase Ghost of Tsushima on that episode.
Oh, just epic.
But on that note, I think it's time to give out them socials there.
Before we do the socials, I know I got to go first. Thank you for having me on the show. It's been a long time since I've been on the flagship show. So thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And everybody, listen, if you want to get watching my programming, and sometimes Mr. Best is on with me, check me out on YouTube. That's Bubba OMD. Again, YouTube is at Bubba OMD. And then I do some Twitch stuff on my own when everybody's busy and I just kind of want to hang out by myself and play some racing games or Call of Duty. Again, you can check me out there, Twitchland, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Again, Twitchland is at Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Again, bro, appreciate you having me on. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's I appreciate you coming on. You can find me at my link tree, lanktr.ee/Chris_best83. I can't see it. I'm lagging a little bit here. Oh, there it is.
A little bit.
I was waiting for it to show up and go away. Yeah, but you can find me at my link tree, lanktr.ee/Chris_best83. There will be a taped episode of the PlayStation Showcase this week, in which we're going to be looking at NASCAR this week. So I'd like to take this moment to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. And as one Carl Carafa would say, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other. Hitting that leg again here. I'm trying to end the show off, but I'm hitting that leg.
You want me to grab it?
Yeah, if you can.